match for a good blaster at your side.
Welcome to Hokey Religion, the Star Wars podcast. All of our computers are broken. This episode, we're going to talk about whatever we feel like it because nothing Star Wars related has really happened all that much. This is Tyler.
This is Michael.
And welcome back to episode 56.
56.
So we spent the last 45 minutes trying to figure out, computers not working. So we're super full of energy now and ready to record a podcast.
Yep, it's time. Computers decided to not be working the right way.
Decided to not compute.
They were computing the wrong parts.
Yeah, there was no input or output.
Nope.
For multiple periods of time.
No throughput. No
highways, byways, sideways.
I don't know any ways.
We're super ready to record a podcast now.
Yeah, so we're just gonna sit here and talk about recording a podcast. Tyler, what do you like about podcasting?
Not the computer part.
Yeah, same.
All right, episode over.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. All right, we're good. That's an episode. There's a podcast, the Star Wars Minute. Can we just glom onto that and just
be a minute?
Yeah, just be a minute, but not be about Star Wars. Just us shitting on.
It's just a podcast
our
minute.
podcast being difficult. Yeah.
Oh, we're making fun of our podcast?
Yeah. It still doesn't work. We're broken humans. All right, it's been a minute. See ya.
Okay, goodbye. This is the complaining minute.
Yeah.
What's been up with you this week?
Well,
this is what people come here for.
Yeah, I don't think I've mentioned it on the podcast, but my wife is pregnant with our second child, and it is
She has been for at least 8 months.
This is true. We are in the last month, and we are officially on baby watch. If anything were to happen at any time, they would not stop the baby from coming.
Baby watch.
Baby watch.
Baby watch.
Yes. So I've been told to pack my go bag to be ready at any minute.
To leave the house and never come back. This is her wanting to get rid of you.
It's been 7 years in the making. All right, honey, it's time. Just pack that bag, because one of these days...
That's understandable.
Straight to the moon.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
She just wants to get rid of you.
So, yes. So, Baby Watch is happening. We'll see. The podcast, you may be stuck with just Michael for an episode.
I was thinking
depending
about this.
on when that happens. And good luck with that. And the death of the podcast.
What I would do for that. It'd probably be some kind of solo episode, I think, right?
I would just imagine like 45 minutes of sound effects. That's it. Just
pew, pew, pew.
Yeah, I literally imagine nothing else. Not even you talking. And it's just you making sound effects. It's not even like a soundboard. It's just you making noise for 45 minutes straight.
Ahem.
Just,
ahem.
What even is that? No one knows. There's no commentary to the sounds. It's just you making sounds for 45 minutes.
Yeah, I enjoy doing that. Maybe I could have you call in to do a guest spot.
Like while the baby's being birthed.
Oh God! Why are you calling me?
Screaming and klaxons in the background. That's what happens at a hospital, right? I was there for the birth of my first child. That's what happened, right?
Inside?
Everywhere.
Like when it comes out?
Inside and outside.
When it, comes, do like the movements I'm doing. When it comes out.
When the chute opens.
It's like on a rail.
Sure. Shoo. That's the noise it made. Shoo. Shoo. And there he was, our beautiful son. So, Michael, what's been happening with you?
Not much.
All right. Thank you. Riveting stuff.
We have 2 children.
Already.
Still.
And you're done.
Still.
You
Yeah.
haven't lost one yet.
Nope.
The one hasn't gone back on a bike ride to leave you forever.
No.
You're good.
No.
All right.
No, he's doing all right.
He's touring the world. He's touring the world on his bike. He's fine.
I haven't seen him lately.
He had our blessing this time.
I haven't seen him lately, but yeah, he's been okay.
He calls in from time to time.
He calls in.
Yeah, your son, your young child just calls from the road.
Papa.
Sure. So
you'll never guess what I've been up to, Papa.
Suddenly he's turned into a Muppet and a poorly
He's an
British
Italian.
one.
No,
Oh,
Italian.
he's Italian? Is that
Only
what it is?
Italians say papa, right?
I don't know.
And Kids from the Secret Garden.
Sure. What were they? German?
What were they? What did that? That was.
It took place in a secret garden, so what are
That
we
was
to know?
Britain, right?
I think so.
You saw that movie?
Yes.
With the kid
The
in the
old Disney
wheelchair.
movie. Yes, with the kid in the wheelchair.
That was a Disney movie?
Yes.
Really?
I mean, it was a book first, I'm pretty certain, but it was then, yes, a Disney movie.
Oh.
The kid in the wheelchair, and he was allergic to spores and lights and whatever, and then there was
Well,
a secret garden, and
According to, was
his-
it him or
his lying mother.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his mama.
Secret Garden Cast. That's the new show.
Oh, was it IMDb time?
No, it's not. So
It's
Star
so-
Wars. So Star Wars in the last couple weeks has been uneventful. That we have had today, as of recording this podcast, the
I
new
gotta
book.
stop burping.
Yes, you do. It's horrible.
It's really not good.
The new book, A Certain Point of View, released today on October 3rd, as of recording, to date the episode. It's, if you haven't heard of the book, it's like 40 short stories that all take place during the time period of A New Hope from the certain point of view of various characters. Like there's one short story focusing on Yoda, one on a Jawa, there's like one on Long Snout. It's all different kinds of characters.
What does his name end up being? His canon name.
Long Snout?
Long Snout.
Was that wasn't Snaggletooth? Right.
Long Snout was the guy with the goggles in the not in the cantina, outside the
Yeah.
cantina in the hangar bay
Yes.
that alerted the
Yeah.
Imperials.
I honestly don't remember.
What was his canon name? I keep wanting to say Max Rebo, but that's the keyboard
That's-
player.
Yeah, that's the keyboard player. But yeah, there's all kinds of stories from that time period. There's Pablo Hidalgo wrote one about Tarkin, and there's just a bunch of different stories. So pick it up. I already have it, but have not had a chance to read it because I still need to read all the other books that came out before this.
Is
one.
it out?
It came out today.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you just said that.
Today, as of recording this, yes.
Yeah.
So as of hearing this, that book is out. So listen to it.
Garindin.
Ah.
Garindin.
Yes, that rings a bell now.
He's a Kubaz.
Ooh. Hey, you're a Kubaz.
You're a Kubaz, right? Excuse
You
me?
have to tell me. You have to tell me if you're a Kubaz.
If I ask you, his whole world is Kubindi. Kubindi.
Speaking of Italian, all of these sound like Italian expressions for something being cool.
Hey,
It's a Kubindi.
Oh, so Kubindi.
Oh, I'm sorry, anyone with Italian heritage. But you should maybe just start using those words.
I thought you were about to say, maybe you should just not have that heritage.
No. Maybe don't.
Maybe just
Have
don't be
Have you thought of that?
that. Don't be. Just
Yeah.
stop it.
Yeah, so in a certain point of view...
Long snoot, by the way.
Long
not
snoot, not snout,
not
sorry.
snout.
I wanted to say long snoot, but I'm thinking I'm just making that up. That's not it, right? That sounds too cutesy. And no, it's long snoot. So a certain point of view has some stories, like I was talking about once with Tarkin. Specifically, I've heard of one with Mon Mothma leaving Yavin during the Battle of Yavin with the Death Star, basically planning to almost depending on how the battle went, planning to either be off of Yavin so that if something happened to Yavin that she would be able to continue with their plans or whatever, but also if they didn't win the battle, for her to basically be able to surrender to the Empire, and because there really wasn't any more hope if they failed that mission. So really cool stuff like that. Another one of Yoda, where apparently he was wanting to actually train Leia to be a Jedi instead of Luke, but at Obi-Wan's prying and pushing, much like Qui-Gon telling Obi-Wan to train Anakin, Obi-Wan was telling Yoda to train Luke instead.
During
the New Hope period, yes.
So Obi-Wan was in contact with Yoda while he was on Tatooine?
Sorry, what am I thinking of? Not Obi-Wan. It might have been Qui-Gon, actually. Now I'm getting mixed up.
Qui-Gon from Beyond.
Force Ghost.
Yeah. Was
Unless they were
contacting Yoda, telling him Luke needs to be trained.
I'll look it back up because now my brain is starting to hurt.
It's hurting. Well,
No, Obi-Wan appears to Yoda in Force Ghost form to discuss the Skywalkers. So it's like long range Force walkie-talkies.
Well, is that after he's dead that this happens?
Well, it's around the New Hope time period. So yeah, I guess so. I guess that would have been after he died. Because he appears to him in Force Ghost form, which I don't know the time period of that story. I've just read what happens in the story.
Yeah, because at that point, Obi-Wan would have reconnected with Luke.
Yeah, so, but he hasn't been pushed to Dagobah yet.
Yes, right.
So it's probably that conversation that then decides for him to convince him to go to Dagobah. So Yoda wanted to train Leia, and Obi-Wan was saying, no, you should train Luke instead, which, if that had gone the other way, I don't think anything would have panned out for the rebellion or otherwise from Leia's leadership being necessary for the rebellion. I don't think that would have gone so well. Luke would have just whined a bunch, not helped anyone. Sounds about right.
I don't know. He still would have been a pilot. He still would have been with the Rebel Alliance because all the events of A New Hope would have still taken place, right?
And Mon Mothma was still in charge, but Leia was pretty integral in all that.
I don't know if Leia would have gone along with it as much as Luke did. As much as Luke was ready and willing, because Luke was the one who befriended Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
And, obviously Leia hadn't seen him in a very long time. So, Obi-Wan was kind of Luke's advocate. He dies. Luke goes away, is probably still a pilot, whatever. He's got this forced connection.
Yeah.
It never really goes anywhere. And then would Yoda have come out of hiding for this, do you think?
Probably not. He's probably still would have had to stay.
Would Obi-Wan have appeared to Leia if...
Well, I mean, Obi-Wan is the one that wanted...
Right.
Like, if that conversation didn't... If Yoda had refused, would Obi-Wan have appeared to Leia to tell her to go see Yoda?
I don't think so.
Probably not. So Yoda would have, I guess, had to have contacted them.
Leia somehow. Got a hold of the rebellion somehow. I don't think Leia would have done it. I think she would have stuck with... Because that was the more... She wasn't as in touch with the Force, I think, as Luke was.
Yes, and I think she is more hard-headed than Luke. So she may have gotten more frustrated.
Yeah.
With the, not being able to do things. Or not picking it up as well. I mean, like Luke, he got whiny and frustrated at everything, but Leia's even more hard-headed than Luke was. And strong-willed.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it would have, panned out as easily. Because she also already had this entire life where Luke had nothing. I mean, she already had her place in the Rebel Alliance.
Yeah.
She already had her role.
That's what I'm saying. She wouldn't. Yeah, she wouldn't have. Like you're saying, she wouldn't have. She's already got all this responsibility. She wouldn't have walked away from that.
No.
To go after something that she never really felt strongly to begin with. You know, like Luke had to tell her in Return of the Jedi that she has these powers too. She has the Force.
Yeah.
Maybe she would have thought something, mentally was kind of different, but I don't think she was as in touch with the Force as Luke was. Maybe because of, Obi-Wan, him meeting Obi-Wan and getting that tiny little bit of training with Obi-Wan. But, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so just, from those types of stories, the book seems really interesting, especially when it's in reference to some of these characters and like little tidbits of story. Like Pablo, I saw a thing Pablo was talking about when he approached his story about Tarkin is like, what was Tarkin? I think he said, was Tarkin thinking about Krennic when the Death Star blew up? Or when the Death Star, like when he, like with stuff around the Death Star and things like that. It's like, was Tarkin
when they were at Yavin, you mean?
Yeah, something.
Was he thinking about Krennic?
Then. Yeah, like just what did Tarkin
What went through his mind?
Yeah, kind of thing.
Huh.
Um,
Yeah, that would be a cool story to read.
so I mean, yeah. So there's a bunch of cool little stories like that. Then there's stuff about just I think there's a the Jawa. I've heard a lot of people say that story is really cute. There's just like random stories, and then
Would you say there are about 30 something
there's
stories?
40
Right?
there's 40
40.
stories. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
40 short stories, all each story from a different character point
Definitely
of view.
worth reading.
Yeah, it sounds really
Yeah.
cool, and I like that it's all A New Hope. So I wonder if they're going to do more of these depending on how it does.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll do more, like around Empire or Jedi
Yeah.
or.
Are these all authors that have written Star Wars books before, or are these new?
A lot of them are, and I mean, there's 40 stories, so I don't know if I'd say half and half, but close to it. Like Delilah Dawson has did one, and
Oh, really?
but
Okay.
I think Gary Whitta did one.
Oh.
Like there's just kind of it's an amalgamation of authors that have done, and then even Pablo,
Yeah.
who doesn't really write the novels, but he
Writes other stuff.
writes other stuff. Obviously, he's part of the story group.
Nice.
And he curates all of Star Wars.
Yeah.
But yeah, just him writing something too.
Nice.
So really cool. Pick it up. I will read it eventually because I still haven't finished Phasma.
Still?
Still, I apologize.
You've got to.
Finally, it is
It's-
the shoe has been put on the other foot. Michael,
Why?
you never finish books, and I did.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well.
So I haven't finished Phasma. I'm almost done with it. I was actually reading it before we started recording tonight.
What?
And I haven't read Leia. And
Well, I
now
haven't
I've got
read
this to read.
I
And
haven't
there's
read that
also all the other books that have come out that I need to read.
The only other book I read after Phasma was the cheese.
Burger. You
Yeah.
read a cheeseburger.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Good story. Do
The,
you not remember at all what you read?
what's the guy's name? Cheer It and Baze. I was getting the
Oh, the Wills.
Guardian of the Wills.
Yes,
Yeah,
Guardian
that's
of
what
the
it was
Wills.
called. That was the only other one I've read. And then I started. Well, yeah, I was trying to figure out if I should go back to the Aftermath series and read all of that.
Mhm.
But at this point, I kind of know what all happens, and it's just the boring parts that are left. All the parts that made me stop reading it to begin with.
They're still good books.
So I don't know. Maybe I'll go back to those. Maybe I still have Lords of the Sith to read. The Paul S. Kemper book. I still have Catalyst to finish. Still, I got like 30% of the way through that and stopped for some reason. I really liked it. I don't know why I stopped.
Yeah, I was like closer to like 60 or 70%, and then I just stopped. Yeah, I think another book came out.
It was something like that for me. Yeah, like there was something else. I
think one of the
more.
Aftermath books came out, and that's why I stopped.
Oh.
And then I never went back.
I
I should. It
I
was
think
good.
there was like a game that I started playing that just took up all my time. But there was that, and then I've got, at least 2 other books. I can't remember what they are now, other than Aftermath and the ones I already mentioned.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Oh, the stupid Rebels book that I started and got like 3 pages in and decided, okay, I do not care about this at all.
No,
I
thank
could
you.
care less about Kanan's backstory.
Yeah. I could have told you that before you even picked it up.
And then there was one other one too, and I'm blanking on.
Yeah.
what
The
it
only
was,
ones
but-
the only ones, like I said, I think the only ones that I have that I really want to read are Finish Phasma, then the Leia book, and then now A Certain Point of View, and then of course upcoming we've got that Luke book.
The Luke book.
Like the Adventures of Luke Skywalker. That book.
Adventures.
And then all the other books that come out in December. Because we've got probably like 5 books that are worth reading coming out in December.
How do you look at your Kindle library? Online.
Is
Is that possible?
the Kindle app on your phone?
So, what about on a website?
I think there used to be. I don't even know if there's a place to. You used to have to install like a Kindle desktop app to your computer to then read Kindle books. Your digital purchase history. I don't know.
What? I'll figure it out. Keep talking.
That's all. That's all.
Because I have to do this now.
You have to look up what books you have
Yes.
now.
Now, right now.
Right this second. Okay.
During the podcast.
That's good. That's good. Thanks. That's helpful. Oh, you know what came out? I think that took over Catalyst. I think it was Thrawn. I think Thrawn came out right after Catalyst, and that's what.
Yeah, you're right.
I just stopped reading Catalyst because Thrawn came out.
Me
and
too,
that took
and
precedent.
finished that,
Yeah.
and that was a great book.
Yes, it was. So yes, that's all for this week.
That's all, folks.
No, it's very slow in Star Wars. Well, the rumor is that we will have a trailer.
The rumor does.
The rumor come out. The Star Wars trailer is soon. Yeah, so there are multiple sources saying that we will have a trailer in the next
Soon?
weeks. In the next couple weeks. I think sometime around I think I saw the 15th maybe, or
Remember that Mark Hamill tweet
Dates.
about the football game, which is tomorrow?
That was
as
false.
of recording.
False.
As of recording is tomorrow.
Yeah, but
That was a joke.
I have heard October 9th, which is less than a week from today. The day this episode comes out, I've heard rumor that October 9th there will be a trailer.
So we're speculating on something that could have already happened, or I guess depending on when you listen to this episode.
I mean, it's
Tweet
either
us and tell us if there was a trailer.
No, so I've heard both those
I gotta
dates.
stop burping.
I've heard the 9th more than anything, but I've also heard the following Monday or the following week around the 15th or 16th. So
Is it during any point, or is it just any?
I have heard
time?
I've heard a lot of people saying the 9th for whatever reason.
I mean, is there some
I've
event
not-
going on the 9th? That,
Not that I'm aware of. People have just been saying there's a trailer coming within the next week or two.
well,
So I mean, they could just drop the trailer on YouTube like they do. But it sounds like this month, at least within the next couple weeks, and as of recording, maybe this week or next, that we will have a Last Jedi full actual trailer.
just in time for us to have to record another episode.
Yes. And it's weird because people keep talking about, oh, when's the trailer going to come out? When's the trailer going to come out? But the teaser was really good and information filled, at least for me. Like I've at no point felt that I was in need of more trailers. I don't know about you. He's nodding his head for the audio listeners. Or he's just gone crazy.
Still trying to figure out how to read Kindle books online.
Yeah, so I mean,
Aha! I found it.
most of the internet has been complaining about there being a lack of trailers, and I've never felt like I never got a trailer. The teaser has felt like the trailer to me, which I guess by the time I see the trailer, I'm like, oh, this is so much more than I was expecting, and then I'll freak out because we finally got a trailer, and it's full of everything that I ever hoped for and dreamed, and then it will be amazing. So now Michael is going to tell you about his sad life of books. Michael?
It's just Lords of the Sith. That's all. Lords of the Sith.
All right.
and
Thanks.
and whatever the other one I was.
Thanks for that. The break in. I finally had something going, and you go and you break it up with your damn books.
Wait, this isn't everything.
Jesus. Great. Anyways, Michael, what are your thoughts on the
I think
trailer?
I have some pirated books that aren't showing up here that are on my Kindle, but not in my purchase history.
Thank you for stating that in a
But I was.
public forum.
Yeah, it's untraceable.
Sure.
Lords of the Sith. I really want to read that. So I'm going to do that right now.
Then you just start reading out loud. But seriously, what are your thoughts on the trailer? And have you felt lacking in trailer?
8 years after the Clone Wars ravaged the galaxy, the Republic is no more, and the Empire is ascendant.
Well,
The man who rules as Emperor is secretly a Sith Lord.
this episode's going to be 4 days long.
And with his powerful apprentice Darth Vader and all the resources of his vast Imperial war machine, he has placed the galaxy solidly under his heel.
To be continued. Just every week we read one sentence from the book until we finish it.
Yeah. There you go.
Let's not do that.
100-something pages left.
So my question still
like 1,000 pages, or I don't know, something.
Kindle pages. They're not real pages. So
Yeah, that's true.
8 to 1,000 more informations.
Contents.
So my question still stands. Trailer. You?
What was your question?
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. My question was, have you felt that lack of trailer existing in your life? What I was discussing previously. How I've not felt like I've not felt like the internet's still like, where's the damn trailer? And I've never felt that, where's the trailer? I've not felt that like I did, like I do for other things. I felt like the teaser was plenty, and I've subsisted off of that.
Are you asking me if I've felt that the trailer does not exist?
No. Have you
Because
felt that you still needed the
Yes.
trailer?
I don't know. I want the trailer. I don't need it.
Like, I completely forgot that we were still expecting another trailer
Oh.
for like a while now. I was like,
No, I never got to that point where I forgot, but
I was like, oh yeah, we still need an actual trailer. That was just the teaser. Like, I felt like that was more than enough for me, and I'm good to go
I don't need one.
at this point.
No.
I almost feel like I don't want any more information.
Yes. I told you a little while ago, it's been, I don't know, a couple weeks now, but I'm at that point now with this movie that I don't want to know anything else. That I want to go in fresh. But unfortunately, I co-host a Star Wars podcast, so that doesn't work out very well.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird because I guess going into Force Awakens, we wanted as much information as we could because it was the first Star Wars thing.
I had the same thing with Force Awakens. I got to a point where
I was like, I want all of the information. Every spoiler in my face.
I got to a point where I did not want anything else. And I was sad to start knowing more things.
I was sad to have more knowledge. No, but like this time, like
I feel like
you know, we've seen the like little montage of Rey training. We've seen Finn waking up. We've seen explosions.
I want everything else to be a surprise. Yeah.
Yeah, especially because of how they've been talking about the movie being so different and unexpected and all of that. And I don't know.
I don't want to get any hints as to what that might be.
Yeah,
we have our theories, and I want to go in with those theories and see how they fit, if they fit at all.
Yeah.
And be
I mean, I'll
surprised.
still definitely watch the trailer. I'm not going to not watch the trailer if a trailer comes out.
Yeah, I'll watch the trailer and then cry and watch it again.
And again and again and again while I'm still crying. But yeah, I've not felt that need for a trailer because I feel like, all right, there's a story. We've got Rey training with Luke. He doesn't want whatever, and Finn wakes up and he does the thing, and Poe runs from an explosion. Good movie done. I'm ready.
Sweet.
That's all I need.
I'm ready for this movie.
Yeah, and I don't think we've talked about it on the show, but it's ready. The movie's done. Like,
oh yeah,
fully,
so as of
it was like weeks ago,
a couple weeks ago, yeah, from this recording, they finished the final edit for the movie, and
I mean, it still
that
needs to be
blew us
scored and
away.
all that, right?
It doesn't.
I believe so.
I thought it
Or
was
maybe
like
that
the
was it.
final
Final
edit, like
edit?
mixing and everything.
Oh yeah, that may be true. Actually, I think you're right. Yeah. So as of a
So-
couple weeks ago, like the movie is just done. It's ready and waiting for December.
So the whole
We need to pull a fanboys road trip.
Yeah,
and
right.
steal
Can we just
a
go out
copy
there
of
and
the Last
steal it?
Jedi? No, I mean, we've you and I have talked about this, off of the show, but that seems so super early and soon for the movie to be done. Where like JJ was still tweaking things weeks before
yeah,
Force Awakens hit the theaters,
yeah.
and this is done months in advance.
I mean, we're talking no reshoots, or if they did them, months ago.
not
all
not like post editing, like, oh, we need to pick up this shot or something like that.
Right.
Like it's already done, and
No
it's
post
It was
production.
done before October started, so you have all of October, all of November, and then most of December,
Mhm.
December 15th. So 2.5 months before the movie comes out, it's completely ready
Mhm.
to go.
Yep.
Which
What the hell?
is, I mean, that's fairly, at least from my knowledge of filmmaking, that's really early for a movie just to be done.
It seems like it.
It seems like it based off of, especially big budget films like that, where there's usually
Yeah.
so many tweakings.
I mean, there's cases where there's somebody makes like an indie movie and is shopping it around to
Well, yeah.
a distributor,
Yeah.
and they'll like set a release date for it for major theaters and stuff to where it's been done for a while. But yeah, big movies like this, where usually the production timeline is so squashed to get
Mhm.
everything in and get all the post production done and the soundtrack and all that stuff.
Which
Like it's crazy. It seems.
it seems like Ryan Johnson. I mean, from the whole, Ryan Johnson's always seemed super happy with what he's doing with Star Wars. He always seems so proud of what he's doing and happy about what's going on.
Yeah.
And from other stuff I've read, like he had a plan and knew what he wanted going into it.
Yeah.
Especially, I think it was what article was I reading? It was the actor that plays Hux and
Domhnall Gleeson.
Yes, Domhnall Gleeson. I think it was Domhnall Gleeson was talking to Ryan.
I know what you're talking about.
And how
yeah.
he knew, and how Ryan had this, was the way Ryan was talking about what he wanted, and like how he just knew exactly what he wanted to do with the film.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's done and seems so effortless makes me think that Ryan got exactly what he wanted. Like he did what he wanted to do, and
Right.
it's ready.
Right.
Which makes me super happy, because if Ryan Johnson did what he wanted to do and can be done with it this early and say it is ready, this is what I want, that's a good sign.
It is finished.
It is finished.
Yeah, of anybody you would want satisfied with this movie, I mean, Ryan Johnson is up there for sure.
Yeah. So I think it is a great sign that it's already done, because that means Ryan did what he wanted to do with Star Wars.
Yeah.
And it's ready for us to see it, but we can't for another 2.5 months.
You know what else is exciting about that interview you're talking about with Domhnall Gleeson was what when he was talking about when he first saw the script, he was so surprised at the direction, whatever that means,
That's what every actor has said.
He had to go and have a personal meeting with Ryan to kind of talk about,
because he almost seemed like concerned. Because he was like,
I
from
couldn't
what I
tell
was
if it
reading,
was concern.
it was so different that he was like almost like he was worried about it was going off of what they had started, type of thing.
I don't know.
That's kind of how it came across to me, at least.
But it had that tone. But then he also said something about how he liked the direction and he thought it was great, and we need to be pushing boundaries and blah blah blah, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Either way, that just makes me, like you're saying, that much more excited about this movie.
And so, like, every single main actor in this film has said they got the script and we're like, whoa, this is so different. And
Mark Hamill has said
and
that.
so unexpected from
this guy
from
said
coming
that.
off the first one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you've had Daisy and John and Domhnall and
Mark Hamill, yeah.
And they've all basically said that from the script for this movie. So it's that thing we keep talking about, that
there's something going on.
What is so different? Is it just that it's that much darker than the first one?
There's something going on. Something big is being set up for 9, for sure.
Yeah,
9?
2. Yeah,
9.
Yeah, 9.
9. Yeah.
2.5 months left.
Yep.
And it's already ready. And
sitting there.
Can't watch
do
it.
anything for it about it. With it.
If anyone knows anyone that can get us a copy, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't, but do it.
Seriously, if you got a copy,
Mickey Mouse would personally murder you if you released the film.
Just think about
in
this
a
for a
leaking
second.
way.
If you got a copy on, let's say, like a 720p file on a USB
I'll
stick.
take a crappy Russian screen capture.
Really? See, I wouldn't do it. I would
You
wait
wouldn't
for
wanna
the
watch it.
theaters and see it in IMAX or whatever, which is whatever we're gonna do.
If I just left a thumb drive at your house and told you a copy of The Last Jedi is on here, and just left it,
Okay,
you would
what's
not watch it.
How do you do this?
What's the fidelity of the?
Shut up for a second.
That's where I picture you going. What's the aspect ratio on the pixels?
The aspect ratio of the pixels.
I don't know. Whatever bullshit you want to complain about.
The audio frequency is recorded at.
Is it a lossless?
This is a lossless file.
Uncompressed.
Oh, lossy. I don't know.
So if I left you a thumb drive with The Last Jedi on it at your house,
I was gonna ask,
you would just not.
How would you do this?
I imagine you're just like pacing your living room back and forth and sitting down in your chair and standing up and pacing back and forth, and like you're going bald and you're just wearing a robe and boxers, and your wife's like, "Honey, we need to go. We need food. We need you to work. I can't.
This is that part.
I can't. Not right now." I have a decision to make.
How would you do that, though? Would you just leave it there and not tell me and put like a Post-it note and just write, "This is the Last Jedi" on it? Or would you put it in my mailbox? Would you stick it in my butt in the middle of the night? Or would you?
Well, now that I've been given these options, so many ways. No, like if I personally said, I know for a fact this is The Last Jedi, and I have not watched it yet.
Okay. So we're not talking, I open the door to go to work and there's a USB drive on the ground that says "This is The Last Jedi." You're saying I would just plug that in and
And watch it.
no questions asked?
Would you watch it if you had the ability to watch it before?
I
it
would
came out in
not, even if you
theaters?
personally handed it to me.
Really.
So there. No, I wouldn't. I would wait for the theaters. Because one, I want to see it with other people. Two, I want to see it.
Screw other people.
Two, I want to see it in the giant
You can still
format
do that
with
when it comes out.
with the boom boom sounds.
All right.
And three, a third reason.
It's a popcorn.
Yes.
Old, stale
I really
popcorn.
like stale popcorn. Overpriced stale popcorn, waiting in line, sweaty nerds, all of these things.
I would not be able to not watch it. I would definitely watch it. Even if I was not allowed to tell anyone that I had watched it, I would watch it. Because
Except you would tell people.
I have no morals.
There's no. I like that.
The more you know. Yeah.
Because I have no morals.
Yeah.
You would tell somebody though.
If I had signed some form of NDA to not tell anyone anything about it, like the kids that are dying and they let see the movie, to speak lightly of that. Like there were people that had a deathly illness, disease, whatever. They got to see The Force Awakens before it came out because they probably were not going to live to see it in theaters.
Yeah.
And of course, they weren't allowed to tell anyone anything about the film after they saw it.
You're saying you would impersonate one of these kids?
I would catch a disease. No, no, I would not. I'm just saying if I had to
What do you want?
sign.
You want AIDS? You want cancer?
You open up a briefcase.
What do we got?
What do you want? We got AIDS. Like shaking bottles with like tiny like pebbles in them. I don't know why it's just like labeled.
This is a great one. This is cancer AIDS.
Okay, that'll do it for sure. No, if I had to sign an NDA saying that I
Pure
could not
liver poison.
I could not tell anyone about anything about the movie, I would probably still watch it. But I also work out of my house and never have to see anyone if I don't feel like it, so it wouldn't be hard for me not to tell anyone.
That's true.
You would have to, like, if you saw it, you would have to go to your work office and see other people, and then their eyes would burn holes in you. I would just continue
Well, who
my
says
sad...
I would tell anybody? If I decided, which I would not. I've already established that. I would not watch it. But if I did, who says I had to tell somebody else about it? Who said I'd want to?
I don't
I don't
know.
want to. Who said anybody would know about
Why
it?
do you assume I want to tell people about it?
Well, who said anybody would know about it? Maybe this is like a secret.
Exactly.
I get to
I give you the thumb drive. Secret.
eat dinner with Ryan at my house. It's no big deal.
Maybe
Maybe we have a chat.
maybe we snuggle on the couch.
Maybe
and we'll watch the
maybe it
movie.
lasts late at night. Maybe we're drinking wine, and maybe we just really like each other and just really good friends.
Maybe he reaches
And
into
then
that popcorn bucket. And
Maybe
there's
his car
more than he
breaks
bargained
down.
for.
Maybe his car breaks down and he can't leave, and he has to stay overnight. And maybe
This
he
is
sleeps in my bed.
This is suddenly turning into a misery situation where you have Ryan Johnson in your spare bedroom with his kneecaps broken.
Maybe he sleeps in my bed at night. Maybe my wife leaves the house. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know these things.
Maybe Ryan Johnson is
Who's
my
to
new
say?
wife and he makes me pancakes in the morning.
Who's to say Ryan Johnson doesn't want to stay there with me overnight and sleep in my bed with me next to him?
Suddenly it has nothing to do with you seeing Star Wars. It's just you living out your happy life with Ryan Johnson and never even watching the Star Wars movie at all because your life is now perfect.
Who's to say we don't wake up in the morning and have brunch? These aren't these aren't things for me to decide.
Who's to know? Who's to know what's gonna happen?
No one can predict the future. We can only be surprised and delighted by
Maybe
it.
you give me a thumb drive. Maybe I marry Ryan Johnson. Boy, who's to know? Not me. That's for sure.
We'll see. That's all I'm saying. We'll see.
All right. We'll see if Michael gets to see The Last Jedi early and or marries Ryan Johnson or kidnaps him in some sort of misery situation and makes him tell him The Last Jedi story from his bed that he's been broken and beaten in.
I mean, you have to break his kneecaps or else he's going to want to...
How's he going to run away if his kneecaps are broken? Can't. Got to think about these things.
Think.
If you've never seen Misery, you have no idea what we're talking about. Stephen King, Misery.
Who hasn't seen Misery at this point?
Go see it.
Who hasn't seen Misery?
I would bet that 75% of the people listening to this have not seen Misery.
Nah, I think you're wrong. Unless all of our fans are dickweeds. Do we call them fans?
Apparently not
Is
now.
anyone that listens to this show a fan? No. How many Stephen King movies have you seen?
We'll have to count them?
Yes.
More than 5.
Count them. Name them.
Carrie.
Okay. 1,
Misery.
2,
Cujo.
3. You saw Cujo?
The Car. What's the...
Cujo is the car.
No.
Oh.
Cujo's the crazy
Christine.
dog. Christine.
You saw both of those? Christine and Cujo?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
So maybe I'm winning.
Okay, well, we'll see. That's 4 so far.
It.
Okay.
It's
Counts.
5.
You count that twice.
I said more than 5.
All right.
I did say more than 5.
Uh-huh.
That's 5.
All right, one more. All you need, one more to qualify.
I've never finished Pet Cemetery.
You never finished.
No.
Why? Because it was too creepy?
Yes.
It was very
And I was
scary.
younger. And I've never gone back to try again.
Come on. What was the first one you said?
Carrie.
You said Carrie already. All right. I was going to say.
Did I say Misery?
You said Carrie, Misery, Cujo, Christine, and It.
Yeah. Crap.
Come
I
on.
can't think of any
Sixth
other.
one.
I
Come
can't
on.
think of any other Stephen King. The Mist.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's Stephen
one's-
King, right?
that
Or
one's-
is that The Fog? Which one did he do?
Aren't they the same thing?
Shit,
The
boy.
Fog might have been it.
Stephen King books turned into movies. Time for IMDb.
Padding
Here we
the episode
go.
with IMDb.
Oh, yeah, I've definitely seen more than. Beep, bro.
I'm sure I've seen more than just the 6 I've listed because there's been. I mean,
Because there's other things you don't know that were Stephen King books.
like Shawshank Redemption. Was that one?
Well, wait, that wasn't Stephen King, was it?
Was it?
Was it?
Was it?
Was it? It's
Uh,
not in this. No, it's not.
Film.
You thinking of?
The Shining.
All right, so
Children of the Corn.
yeah, I get to look at this list, so I'll name all the ones I've seen: Pet Cemetery, Green Mile, The Mist, Shawshank. Oh no, I never saw that one. Carrie.
I did not realize Stand By Me was based off of something by Stephen King.
Is that the one with Will Wheaton?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going again. Pet Cemetery, Green Mile, The Mist, Carrie. Shit, it's only 4. Misery, The Shining, 6. Oh, I only need one more. Children of the Corn,
Yeah.
7. Is that it? That's all I've seen. 7.
Lawnmower Man?
What?
Well, The Lawnmower Man.
What are you talking?
The movie The Lawnmower Man.
That's not real.
You've never heard of The Lawnmower Man? The Green Mile.
You're thinking of Dead Alive.
No.
There was a lawnmower in that.
There's a movie called The Lawnmower Man. The Green Mile.
An adaptation in title only. It doesn't count.
Oh, Secret Window.
There was a Pet Cemetery 2? Shit, son!
1408. The Mist. Yeah, there's a ton of these.
Wait a minute. Was 1408 the one with John Cusack?
From 2007?
That, yes.
It's
that
real bad.
was not good. Did you ever see that one?
Oh, yeah. I definitely saw it. Don't.
That is not good.
The-
Dreamcatcher sounds familiar. I can't remember if I saw that or not.
Yeah, The Mist, Carrie.
Man, The Mist was a great
It's-
one.
And then there's like 400 Children of the Corns.
What the heck? Children of the Corn in 2017?
Are you serious?
Children of the Corn
Runaway?
Runaway. Sequel to the
There was
2011
one in
film.
2011?
What is happening?
Children of the Corn Genesis, which was a reboot.
Why do we need this many Children of the Corns?
This is too many children. And too many corns.
David Beckham.
What?
Oh,
He's
David Beckin.
okay.
Beckin. It's just the N instead of a him. Producer. David Beckham produced this movie.
It's from all that underwear money. All right, that has been this portion of the podcast where we talk about movies we've seen
Oh, I
by
thought we were gonna
Stephen
end it. I
King.
thought you were going to end it. I was like, oh, thank goodness.
Nope, we're still going.
Still going.
No, we've padded the episode.
Oh, is it
Michael,
time to talk about Avatar? We have new things to talk about with Avatar.
do we? Go for it.
Oh, I was hoping you had something.
This week on Avatar. Apparently,
It's still
our
bad.
references are very timely because the other day suddenly the internet blew up with
'Cause the
more
SNL
confusion
video.
over Avatar because
It's the SNL video, right?
because no one remembers anything about Avatar, but it's it's the biggest selling film of all time.
Did
And
you
no
watch?
one can quote a single line from it because
Did you watch the SNL video?
the papyrus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's
never,
what put it back in the zeitgeist.
I guess so.
But
I never did realize that was literally just the papyrus font.
you didn't realize that it is. I
That is
noticed that
exactly
right
and
away.
literally it. Yeah. So there was not. So I've come to the final conclusion that there was not a single unique idea in all of Avatar's creation, from the marketing to the
And they-
fonts to the names for minerals like unobtainium.
And they made a damn theme park out of it. There's a theme park and it's not good. Didn't I say this? Like you walked into the theme park and you're like,
It's just the ambiance of it looks like
it looks like
a
a
place.
It looks like a thing. But I guess.
Have you been on the ride?
Yeah.
Is
Well,
it
not the super fancy banshee, whatever.
not the newfangled contraption?
Yeah, we went on the.
So
boat
you've not even
ride.
been on the ride.
We went on the boat ride.
Does that count?
It's a ride, and it's at the Avatar place. So I don't know
Great.
who's counting.
I
Are you
don't know.
counting
I've
or
not-
not counting?
I've not
'Cause
been, so
I would count it.
Are the rides even worth it? Is that ride worth it?
I mean, it's a ride. You know, I don't know. If you're there, you had to walk practically a mile to get back there from the beginning of the park, whatever it's called, the entrance.
Sure. Well, I'll have to go experience Avatar World on my own.
It's not worth it. It's not. It's just not worth it.
Yep.
I'm reading news.
That has been our Avatar Minute of the Week. Avatar had no original ideas. It
Can I
was
talk about Game of Thrones?
all stolen things. You've got 3 minutes.
I wanted to explain what I think Game of Thrones
Michael
is.
has never seen Game of Thrones,
I've never
read
watched
Game
any-
of Thrones, or cared about Game of Thrones at all.
And I want to try to explain what it is to anyone who hasn't seen it.
You've really been wanting to do this, so go ahead.
I really want to do it. We'll jam it at the end of the episode because that's where we are right now.
After this, it's just us plugging ourselves. So if you want to tune out, go for it.
So there's a lady that has a dragon.
A dragon?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a lady that has a dragon. She gets found by this guy, Jon Snow.
Okay.
He is a part of a clan,
They have a name.
the White Walkers.
All right.
This clan is right next to a wall, apparently. That a bunch of zombies are on the other side. There's another family.
Is the show The Walking Dead on the other side?
I'll get to it.
Okay. All right.
There's another family, another kingdom on the same side of the wall as Jon Snow and the Dragon Lady,
Do they have a name? That
called
family?
the Lancasters,
Okay.
right?
Like Pennsylvania?
Yes.
Okay. The Pennsylvania Lancasters? All right. Got it.
There's the Lancasters. they have a little short guy as their king.
That's rude.
He's a small person.
Yes.
Is that
Sure. I don't. Yes, there's a small man.
there's a small man that's the king, and then there's Sarah Connor's mom.
Literally?
She's the queen. She's the
Okay.
queen.
Not literally Sarah Connor's mom.
It's Sarah Connor's mom. It's the same lady, right?
Sarah Connor's mom?
Wait,
Is that what you're saying? Do you mean Sarah Connor?
Sarah Connor,
Okay.
John Connor's mom.
There you go. It's like no one that we've ever cared about, just Sarah Connor's mom.
Not Jon Snow, John Connor's mom.
Okay.
So
Is it actually John Connor's mom, or is it just the actress that plays the mom?
no, it's John Connor's mom.
Okay.
You can see it. You look at the trailers.
She time traveled.
And all the pictures and
she
stuff.
traveled to that
It's
time.
her.
With
It's her face.
With the Terminator technology?
I don't know.
Okay. Got
How
it.
she got there? It's her face.
Sure. So
She
Sarah
wears
Connor.
like a little crown, so she's obviously the queen.
Sarah Connor is the queen.
And then there's this guy Hodor that lives with them, and he's like the family pet kind of guy. He's not all there, you know.
Sure. Yeah.
So he's kind of a dumb guy. So that kingdom and the Jon Snow and the Dragon Lady kingdom, they fight each other. And there's so much fighting that it attracts the zombies on the other side of the wall. And
Okay.
the dragon somehow tells everybody, hey, there's a bunch of zombies on the other side of this wall. So then the zombies start climbing over, and then these two kingdoms are like, oh shit, we gotta stop fighting each other and fight these zombies. So they all fight the zombies, and something happens in the battle where the zombies win. And then that's where we're left right now.
Correct.
And so the next season, the zombies are going to be like in charge of these two kingdoms. And
Okay.
We'll figure out what happens from there.
That is all exactly correct. Every single piece of it.
Okay.
None of that can be disputed.
I'm really excited to see what happens in season 8 of
You're really
Game of
excited
Thrones.
to half get ideas from people talking at work to explain at a later date.
Oh, I forgot. There's one part where the two kingdoms are fighting, and one of the kingdoms, there's like a big wedding, and then the other kingdom shows up, and they paint everybody red.
As is tradition.
Yep. So, and then they start fighting again because they didn't want to be red.
Who does?
Who wants to be red?
Not me.
So, yeah.
That's a complete and perfect, accurate representation of the Game of Thrones story from both television and novel formats.
There were 800 books.
Sure.
It took a long time to just say all that. I mean, how much do you
because
really
you
have to
didn't
add
describe
to
food for 100 pages, or
Oh.
there were no boobs in your description either. So
that? There's boobs?
all the padding.
Padding? Boobs?
Well, yes, but padding as in filler,
Oh.
not for boobs for the story. Just
Filler boobs?
filler boobs. Wait a
Filler
minute.
boobs.
That's the
padding.
king's name.
Oh, I've got something here.
No, the show is like 50% nudity and then like 10%
They're fighting each
story.
other naked?
Sometimes.
What about
What do you
these-
do when you're naked?
Well, I don't fight.
That's where you've got it all wrong.
Oh. Guess I don't know how to be naked.
Not very well. Well, thank
Great
you for
place
your,
to end this episode.
Thank you for your accurate description of Game of Thrones.
You're
Please,
welcome.
no one tell him what the show is really about or has ever taken place. Otherwise,
I'm excited for season 8. Tyler, ready to know what happens with these zombies on the other side of the wall that now are in charge.
yep,
Ready.
zombies in charge.
Yep. With
Good.
boobs, apparently.
The zombie
Yes.
moves. Sure. Well, hopefully we have a trailer for next episode so that we can talk about anything else. If you want to complain, you can email us at asklobot@hokireligion.com or on Twitter at Hokie_religion. On Facebook, search Hokie Religion, the Star Wars podcast. And if you enjoy us being ridiculous people, you can go to patreon.com/hokiyreligion and
Give us
support us
$1.
with just $1 a month at the very least. With that, you get access to watch the live streams because we stream every recording
honestly,
session live.
There's nothing.
You get to see us looking at each other with dumbfounded looks and
I forget
disgusted
this happens.
faces because we also don't like what we do. Half of the
Or
time.
understand why anyone would ever want to give us money. I mean, $1. $1 is like, it's at that threshold where you're basically a homeless person.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone can spare $1. So just, just pretend we're that guy panhandling at the intersection that you pass for work every day. And
the guy that you're sure at the end of the day goes back to his 3-bedroom house and like washes the dirt off and then puts on his pajamas and goes to sleep.
So don't give your $1 to that guy. Give it to us, and then you can see what we look like.
And how sad we actually are.
We are actually sadder than the guy that you see every day on the intersection.
It's pretty
It's
close.
probably true.
Yeah.
It is true. I mean, it is true.
Definitely true.
Definitely true. Leave us an iTunes review because we like that.
It's validating.
Well, it's fun to see the bad ones too. Do we have
There
any new
are
ones?
no bad ones, Michael. Just that one guy who gave us 4 stars and everyone else who gave us 5. But please, yes, give an iTunes review.
Be the first guy to give us, or lady, to give us.
Be the first humanoid to give us
3 stars.
3 stars. Great. Now we're encouraging 3-star reviews.
Would you prefer more 3-star reviews, or would you prefer more 1 5-star review?
That sentence, if I've tracked that correctly, neither.
Huh? No?
Please leave reviews. It does help people find the show. If you enjoy the show, that's the easiest way to help people find it without yelling at people in their face at the grocery store. Because there's no other way to share the share the podcast than screaming into people's faces at the grocery
Here's
store.
what I will say. If you leave a review this year, leave a review on this episode. I don't care what it is. We'll read it next episode. How about that? So if you want to
keep it not racist or hateful,
well, yeah,
and we'll read it on air.
Or we will, and we'll just make fun of you and tell people that you're bad.
Sure, why not? All right, this has been more than enough of an episode. This is Tyler.
I'm reading the reviews.
No, make it end, Michael.
I'm trying to find... No, I will not make it end until I'm ready. Hold on.
All right, guys, it's in Michael's hands now.
There's no... Come on, guys. August was the last review. All right. That's unacceptable.
It's been a month.
It's been a month. Yeah, well, almost 2. It's been almost 2 months.
Sure.
In 4 weeks, it'll be almost 2 months.
In a month, it will be 2. Yes, the last reviews were in August. So please, if you've not left us a review, do that because it's helpful for people to find the show and to help us know that people are actually listening or enjoy any aspect of the show.
We have no 1-star reviews. We have no 2-star reviews, and we have no 3-star reviews. These categories are open to you.
Michael is apparently desperate for our overall rating to drop.
I've already heard plenty of bad reviews about this podcast. I want to see it officially on iTunes.
Where are you hearing these reviews? Are people yelling at you at the grocery store too?
Well, yeah. There was that one guy that didn't like it, that listened to it a while ago, remember, that gave us a review. We submitted it to him, and he was like, I thought they went on too many tangents.
That wasn't an iTunes review.
No, and I'm saying make it official on iTunes, you bitch.
Apparently now we're just antagonizing people that don't enjoy the podcast instead of trying to...
I'm done now.
Trying to nurture a area of...
supportive environment. Who cares?
Who cares? Fuck you. This is Tyler. And that's Michael.
Do I say my name now? Okay, bye.
Hokie religion is an ancient weapon. Weapons are no match for a good blaster at your side.